Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore, Baltimore.
All right, Cameron, well,
Okay.
let's do this interview. What was your motivation to do drag?
So when I was little, I was told that I was going to be a woman. Actually, the sonogram, they said that I was a girl. I was gay, and I felt like, hey, I do feel like a woman. So, let's give it a try. So I ended up doing it, and I really ended up liking it. So I just, was like, hey, this is cool. Let's do it. Camilla has become not just a entertainer. She's become who I am.
So it sounds like you're open to it. You're just not there yet. To change your gender.
Correct. Haven't had very good luck, and my family's not very accepting of it. So it's a lot of things I have to weigh out. So it's a very scary for me because I don't really have a lot of people on my side. And I've always said, you don't wake up one day saying, oh, I'm gay. You're born this way, and that's how I believe. As Lady Gaga says, you're born this way. And I do believe that 100%. Because I knew from time I was a little kid, I could look at a guy and know, hey, I can fall in love with this person. Look at a woman and feel nothing.
Yeah. So when did you start the drag? I'm going to call it a craft because it's not something you just do. It's actually takes a lot of effort. But when did you start doing it?
I started drag while I was in high school. I was 17 at the time, and I was just getting ready to turn 18. I didn't do it as much when I was in high school because I was made fun of a lot and I was bullied. So I tried not to show, oh, hey, I'm a boy dressing like a woman. So once I graduated high school, I really started to get involved with the community and just learn all the techniques, the makeup, everything that is involved in being the wonderful entertainer that I am today.
Okay, well, how old were you when you started?
17.
And how old are you now?
I'm 20.
So you've had some good 3 years to really develop your craft.
Correct.
When did you decide to go public with your drag?
Actually, it was Pride 2016, I believe. At Pride, I did my debut, came out as Camilla, and I blew everyone away. But then I decided to take a break because I was going through some personal issues in my life, and I was actually diagnosed with autism. So at the point, I was like, okay, I need to take a break. I need to get back in the game. I'm not ready to commit yet. And it's just, as everybody knows, it was just a lot going on for me. And it was so hard to really be like, okay, 100 in the game when you have so much on your mind and you don't know which way to be pulled.
So you had autism, so that was not diagnosed in school, and so you were probably struggling there. Along with that and the kids picking on you, that must have been a really tough time to be in school.
Yeah, and in high school I was diagnosed with anxiety and severe depression.
I could see how that could be related. Yeah.
Yes, and that's another reason, too, why I've done drag, because when I'm in drag, all that kind of goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not Cameron anymore. I get to create someone that I want to be and not pretend to be someone I'm not.
How did your family and friends react to you when they first started seeing you do drag?
My family was very against it. My family, especially my dad was like, absolutely not. Don't do that in front of me. I don't want to see that. You're going to go to hell, stuff like that. And that kind of was good for me because it was like, okay, now I know no matter what, you're not going to support me. So now I weed him out. You know, my friends were amazing. They would come see me perform. Like, I had a really good fan base, and no matter what, they stood by me. If I need a shoulder to cry on because life was hard or, you know, something was going on, they were always there for Cameron and Camilla.
Well, who is Camilla Rose? Now, you've had 3 years of being in her skin. So how would you describe her to people?
So unlike Cameron, she's very outgoing. She's very fun-loving, she's high energy. If anybody ever gets a chance to meet her, you'll absolutely love her. She does a lot of upbeat stuff. She loves to dance. She's very, very positive, and she just loves her craft.
A lot of drag queens will say that they just have a really tough time finding a partner who accepts them in drag, or maybe they want to be in drag themselves, or they can't really they're very mixed, I guess, when they come in. They're either a fan or
they're against it.
Yeah. So how are you doing? You're still a young man. How are you doing in the dating scene?
That's another thing that's very hard, because like, a lot of guys aren't into that, I guess, because they think, okay, well, if I want to be with a woman, then I'll be with a woman. But I always look at it like that's not really what's going on, because I'm not partaking in any activities with the individual while in drag. You know, it's not really, you know,
So one of my questions is, but you kind of answered it, is you like yourself more as Camilla Rose than you do as Cameron.
Correct.
And would you prefer to be Camilla Rose 24/7?
Definitely. And I've actually thought about changing Camilla a little bit. Just tweak her to be someone that I want to be. And what I mean by that is I thought about changing her name. And I thought about a few other things. But I'm not completely sure yet, because a lot of things are in the works.
Sure. Well, you're developing your craft. You're developing who this person is. You've lived a life. This person's only been alive for 3 years.
Yeah. And my name was going to be Ariella.
It's a good name.
Yes, Ariella Rose.
How is your fan base accepting you as Camilla Rose?
They love it. And like I said, for people that don't know, coming up soon, I do have a show, and it will be 18 plus. I'm so excited. I've wanted this for such a long time.
That sounds great.
And, you know, it just, you know, it really takes hard work. If you push for things, you can do it. Just like everyone says, if you want something bad enough, you work for it. I had to do that. You know, no one starts out amazing. You have to climb that ladder. And that's exactly what I did. I've been through everything, along with, like, when people decide to do drag, you have to realize that it's going to come with a lot of drama. Lots of it. And that's why a lot of queens don't continue doing drag, because they can't handle the criticism and the bashing each other. It's another reason why I took a break.
So is that the gay community that's bashing you, or is it the drag queens themselves? Or both?
It's a little bit of both, mostly drag queens, because basically, and what I've noticed is because I'm young, I'm very young, and I have like that young baby face. And I, you know, was given a show, and, you know, it seems to them as it was all just given to me. And so they don't like that. They're like, well, oh, I had to do this and do that, but it's not just that easy. And it's just, they're very they don't like new queens because they've been in it for maybe 10 years and they pick.
You had that time off and you were like, oh, I think I'm going to stop. But what was it that made you start back up again?
So for a long time, I decided, I think I was, it was like when I turned 19, I decided, hey, you know, maybe this isn't for me for a long time. And in the back of my mind, I knew it was for me, but I didn't want to, I guess, come to terms and accept that maybe, you know, it was a lot that I couldn't take.
Mm-hmm.
The drama and the stuff that was involved with doing this craft. So it was like, you know, it was a lot for me to take. So I was like, okay, let me step back and let me take a break. Let me get myself together, get me ready, and then I'm going to come in like a shooting star and blow everyone on their feet. And that's what I did.
So you were doing Camilla Rose for 3 years, and within that time period, you took a break. And how long have you been back on the scene?
But I never really took a break. I just kind of took a break from being public.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I was more like what they call underground.
So you're working more now.
Painting my face. I was still going out, but I wasn't performing.
Mm-hmm. And you're working now more professionally.
Correct. Like I said, my show that's coming up is a big, huge thing for Camilla because this is her first show, and it's at a wonderful venue. I'm gonna be booking amazing people, and it's just gonna be amazing. You know, just to actually people come out and see. It's a lot that goes into it. I spend probably a couple $1,000s in just outfits, hair, shoes, makeup, you know, all that. So it's not cheap.
No, not at all.
People think they're like, oh, well, I can throw on a wig and do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, please do show me that it's so easy. I know how expensive it is to be a drag queen. I was there. I am there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always buying stuff. I'm always, you know, changing who Camilla is. I'm always trying to be a better me, you know, as much as I can.
What's the future for Camilla Rose? What do you see her evolving into? Or are you seeing yourself evolve into Camilla?
That I am not sure about the whole transition. It could be in the works. I have talked to a doctor about it. The biggest thing is trying to pay for surgeries. So that's the big thing because I'm go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to just be on hormones and that be it. I want to have everything because that would be ideal. And then I would actually be able to feel like Camilla and live Camilla and not be half Camilla, half Cameron. But anyway, besides that, the future for Camilla is she's definitely going to be doing more shows, improving, every day working on her ethic, just trying to help people in general. You know, not everybody's fortunate. So that's another thing I would like to do and just, you know, keep working on me, getting more shows, getting out there, and really become big.
Cameron, thank you very much for the interview.
Most definitely. Thank you for having me.
You're listening to Something Came from Baltimore.